name is Sandra Esenama and I'm here for business. Vice President Dr. Bawumia has re-emphasized the business community will witness a cash-light economy in the coming month. Speaking at the Ishmael Yamseng and Associates Business Roundtable in Accra, the Vice President also charged the community to embrace new technologies in order to stay competitive.
Vice President Dr. Bawumia says Ghana is almost through to being recognized as a cash-light economy. Government policies of integrating internet solutions like the mobile interoperability has so far been channeled at fostering e-payment, especially in the public sector. Speaking at the Ishmael Yamseng and Associates Business Roundtable, the Vice President explained further steps are being taken to ensure financial inclusion.
We cannot build a fair and equitable society that runs on engines of bribes, goro boys, and land grants. The introduction of the national ID cards and the digital addressing system are changes in tackling identity and locational information problems. Mobile money, payments, interoperability, which has been achieved universally in Ghana, is a major step to financial inclusion.
Meanwhile, investment consultant and renowned entrepreneur Dr. Ishmael Yamseng has impressed on government and the private sector to work hard to create a good environment for business growth. Ishmael Yamseng and Associates Business Roundtable saw a section of the business community engage in thought leadership discussions on the theme, The Ghana We Want.
The Association of Microfinance Institutions is urging the central bank to be mindful in its impending cleanup exercise in order not to deepen the already low investor confidence. The association says it is yet to receive an official communication from the central bank on the structure of the cleanup process. Ebenezer Sabote has more in this report.
The Bank of Ghana has indicated that it will begin a massive cleanup of the microfinance sector in order to strengthen the industry. Almost 1 billion cedis has so far been released for the exercise. Although the central bank has asked for time to kickstart the exercise, the Microfinance Institutions Network has some concerns.
This thing will happen, but the form and nature of it, nobody knows. We are not sure how this whole process will take off, how it will end.
And that's what puts the fear in you, or?
Yeah, that's where the fear lies. And honestly, if tomorrow morning they come out and then we all know exactly what is going to happen, I think that will allay our fears. And then, yes, we'll still have some losses and some gains at some point. Then we have to marry the two and see where we can actually take this whole process.
You think the speculation is too much, the announcements and all that?
I think not necessarily the speculation being too much. I think we keep on creating uncertainties.
The executive director of the Ghana Microfinance Institutions Network, Yao Jemfi, also highlighted reasons for the sector's woes.
I think it's a mix of all issues. It's not just from one angle. I think that from the implication is that you also have to give it to clients at higher interest. And that is one key point from day one, that you start losing your money.
The group is therefore urging the central bank to be diligent in their operations in order not to deepen the already low investor confidence in the sector. Ebenezer Sabote's report for Joy Business.
The Private Enterprise Federation is urging government to work on the cost of capital and skills development to drive its industrialization agenda. CEO of the Private Enterprise Federation, Nana Osei Bonsu, is impressing government to make available cheaper capital and skills development to help achieve this dream. He made a comment at a manufacturers business summit in Accra under the theme, Achieving Growth Turnaround in Manufacturing, the Role of Government.
Government in 2017 launched its One District, One Factory initiative to kickstart an industrialization agenda. The aim is to move the nation from an import-based economy to production and export. The Ghana Manufacturers Summit brought together business stakeholders to deliberate on how to create the appropriate environment to enable the private sector participate effectively in the industrialization agenda. Speaking at the event, guest speaker Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry Robert Ahunka Lindsay stressed on government's commitment to creating the enabling environment for businesses to thrive.
Looking at the business regulation, recently you saw a change in the Companies Regulation Act. How difficult, how easy it is to simply register a company. It can be a night. This should be simple. It should be a couple of hours. Because the real challenge is not registering the company. It's what you do with it after you register. But if all your focus is, I'm going to extract everything I can from the individual or individuals at registration, how much energy, how much time, how much capital do they have to focus on what is really important, which is job creation and building their business? So it is very, very important we focus on the regulation aspect.
Meanwhile, the CEO of the Private Enterprise Federation said the cost of capital and having appropriate skill sets will be key in achieving the industrialization dream.
A Ghanaian business is borrowing at 30% rate. A foreign business is borrowing at 33%. Look at the mismatch, 27. The foreign company comes in, has tax exemptions of 25%. The Ghanaian doesn't have. So the Ghanaian is in the whole 52%. How do we compete? So when you looking at these kind of policy, how do you create a level playing field? The level playing field is critical because it allows competition, and that's what we're talking about. So if government is going to create a policy, key word is capital. Do we have the long-term capital in our system that will allow Ghanaians to do business without running afoul of the banks? The only capital that we have is the credit system, which is at high pricing. So when we talk about creating the facilities, number one is the finance. Number two is the technical competency and skills to support the manufacturing base. Do we have that? We want to move to the moon. Do we have the spacecraft to go there? So policy should be informed by what is achievable.
For Joy Business, Sheila Tamaklo reporting.
To other stories now, Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Free Zones Authority, Michael Otrebefi, has said the authority intends to build a state-of-the-art export processing zones and multi-purpose industrial parks in Shama and Takoradi. Details in our summaries tonight.
Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Free Zones Authority, Michael Otrebefi, has said the authority intends to build a state-of-the-art export processing zones and multi-purpose industrial parks in Shama and Takoradi. The two facilities are expected to support light and heavy industrial oil and gas-specific businesses. Energy Minister John Peter Amewu has said significant data gaps and low data quality are disincentives to attracting major oil giants in Ghana's oil and gas bidding process. According to Mr. Amewu, the recent bidding process for some oil blocks in the western region has not been satisfactory as a result of challenges including gaps in the legislative instrument as well as low quality of data on the blocks. Western Regional Minister Kwabena Ochedaku Mensah has called on the Jubilee partners to, as a matter of urgency, implement the proposals in the spatial plan for the 6 coastal districts to ensure growth and development. The spatial plan is to address the fast destruction of the environment and natural resources to ensure proper management and coastal governance.